Good afternoon. This is Tammy with Flippin' Furniture. Today we are going to decoupage one of my new gypsy papers onto this 12-inch by 24-inch board. So let's go ahead and move it down. And yeah, like I said, this is her. Isn't she pretty? So yeah, that's the one we're going to use. And I've already painted the board with, yes, this paper. Yeah, I'm using the 12 by 12 size. We do also have this in a 20 by 20. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And my decoupage medium is Decoupage Varnish and Glue from Pentart. Assuming I don't run out of it. Well, there's not much left in it, so I may have to use something else to finish up with, but that's what we're going to start with. So I'm going to go ahead and put some on my board. I'm going to go ahead and put my glasses on too, because we know I'm going to need them. Oops, I got a little bit of chunkage there. So I just want a nice, even coat. Definitely want every area covered because it's not going to stick if we don't have product on there. And if we don't have, if it's not, we're going to have bubbles or it's not going to stick. It's not going to be pretty. So we definitely want product everywhere on here. Okay. And then I'm going to spray the back of the paper. And this is a mister. And I have just been experimenting with this lately. It seems to work really well. Scooch it over. Comments will appear here. Well, I am not seeing any comments. I don't know if anybody has commented, but they're not showing up on here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and spritz the top also. Courtney, are you able to see any comments? Oh, that's weird. Facebook's not letting me see comments. First time I have done a Facebook Live in probably a month. And can't see comments. I guess we could get out my laptop, but where would I put it? Okay, let's do the same thing on the rest of it here. Oh, that's a big old chunkage. Okay, I think I'm done with that container because I am down to chunks. So, oh crap, that one is... Courtney, can you get me another Pentart varnish and glue, please? I am out of both of those. I don't think I have another standby. 50 mil? Yeah, whatever the biggest, 230 mil. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot see. Swipe left. There we go. Hey, Madison. Hey, Lori Cochran. Okay, I just needed to swipe, apparently. Okay, don't mind my appearance. It's been a long week and a long morning. Oh, my trip was amazing.
Can't get it open.
Okay, thank you. I cannot complain. I'm just running on not much sleep. Okay, Lori says we're here. Howdy, Sharita. Oh, are you putting this gypsy? You're putting it on a large jewelry box? Hello, Helen. My favorite person in the UK. Glad I'm home safe. Me too. Although I am scheduled to leave again on Sunday for Louisiana. If we can get the mothers safe. Yeah. Greg's mom has been at the hospital in Mayo, but she's on her way home. I've been at the doctor with my mom this morning, getting her test done. So hopefully we're getting them both on the mend. But yeah, when it rains, it pours, I tell ya. Okay, I'm going to spritz it on the top also. Okay. Now, like I said, I used to just do smaller sections at a time with my little squeegee and all that jazz and get all the wrinkles out that way. And it worked, but it just took a lot longer. But I've seen Royce from Royce Cycled using the water, which her papers are different. They're thinner. But yeah, so I decided to start trying the water on mine. And I like it. It's quicker. So I'm just kind of going over it, making sure it looks smooth. Still laying it all out. I'm gonna relift it here. And I could still use the squeegee on here, the felt end, if I wanted to. Oh, I didn't go all the way to the end. That's not going to stick with that medium there. Oops, still didn't get all the way. So what we're doing today, obviously the description says that we are decoupaging and stenciling, and we are. So we've got to try to figure out how to make this all look good together. So I have a stencil that says, well-behaved women rarely make history. So that is going to go on our blank side over here that we are working towards. So we got to figure out how to kind of blend this side to make it look like we're not just slapping a stencil on here. Okay, missed a little corner here. Okay. Ooh, gotta remember to quit wiping my hands on my pants. I still got my street clothes on. I think I do need my squeegee. I think I got a little bit of an excess of my decoupage medium on underneath there. So I am just gonna kind of work from the center out from both ends and make sure that I don't have any extra. Yep, see, I did have some extra there. I definitely want to make sure I don't get the glue on my felt, otherwise it's going to be rough and going to tear up my paper if I try to use it again later. Or if I do get it on there, then I need to wash it off right away. Okay. Mucho better. Oh, well, there came another little wave of decoupage medium. I didn't think I had that much on there, so I had more on there than I thought. Yep, there's more than I thought too. Okay, so maybe the squeegee is more necessary than I thought. And maybe I'm trying to rush and I should just slow down. Okay. All right. It's all good in the hood. That feels much better. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and seal it with the decoupage medium too at this point. And like I said, I'm using Pentart's Decoupage Varnish and Glue. How the heck are you guys? Oh my gosh. What is going on? Oh my gosh, these are the jankiest looking glasses. There's only 4 people watching now. Did something happen? Are we still live? Yeah. I guess I'm that boring. I was just about to ask if anybody was glad to see me on a Facebook Live. I guess that tells me you're not. I have been doing all my... Huh? You're boring. I'm boring. I've been doing most of my videos on YouTube. I thought I'd come live on Facebook today. I was gonna start trying to come doing more Facebook Lives, but if nobody cares, I'll just keep them on the YouTube. And, well, yeah, maybe I will. Okay, I got more on there than I really needed to. Let's see if I can get some of this a little bit thinner here. Which, if you know how to do this, it is boring. We'll get to the finer part here in a minute. You guys are gonna force me to start singing here in a little bit. I can't stand the nobody talking to me. And you know, I got voices and it's like a radio all the time in my head. So if there's too much quiet, then I start singing to the radio in my head. Okay, currently it's Pink Pony Club, so just so you know. I'm gonna start drying this. Okay. I was chasing a little bubble there. Okay. Okay, this is the part that makes me nervous over here. How are we going to make this match, blend, whatever you want to call it? Okay. I am not for sure, so we're just going to start playing. I'm going to start with some French eggshell from Fusion. Maybe. I probably should clean out the paint booger first. Oh, there we go. So there's kind of a yellowish rusty color and kind of a this color there. So I don't know what I'm going to get. I don't know how this is going to turn out at all. But I'm going to start with this color and layer on top of it. So there'll just be some of this peeking out from under, is my thinking anyway. And actually, if I had been thinking, I would have ripped this a jagged edge, because it's so much easier to blend that way, and you don't have to fight a straight edge. It just is easier to blend. It just looks more natural. But I did not think that far ahead, so we're just going to work with it. Okay, let's dry that. Okay, next, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna try one or both of these from Fusion. This is Chestnut Mare. I've just got like a 2-inch chip brush here. And I'm gonna try dry brushing it on there. So we got a long way to go before this starts to look any better, I'm afraid. But we got to start somewhere. And like I said, I don't have a real... I have thoughts, I have ideas, but we'll see what happens. Okay, let's try some of the, this one's a little darker. This one is iron clay. I'm going to use the same brush. I don't know if they'll honestly even look any different. Yeah, that's not really looking much different. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to some of the French eggshell, I think was the first color I put on. Yeah, can't think of any color I have that's any closer to that. Ugh. Go up and down too. Let's see, do I have any mustard? Probably do, but I don't know where. So I might take some Prairie Sunset. I'm just gonna pour some Prairie Sunset. And I think some of this, what is it, iron clay? Iron clay. I'm gonna mix those two together. Let's see if we get anything we like. Okay, I like that. Maybe a little more iron clay. Okay, let's start going over this some more. Now on there it looks really funky. I feel like this should have been a solid color underneath and we should have built on it, but hindsight is 20/20. And oops, added some more iron clay to it. making a racket. This board is a little warped. Oh, I swear that looked a lot closer on the on our paper towel than what it's looking on here. Still nowhere close to what I want it to be. Let's see. What can I add to that? I don't know if Algonquin. Sorry, this is taking longer than I expected, but you never know. Ugh, I don't think that's going to be close to anything. So I'm still playing here. There's some Algonquin with the iron clay, with some prairie sunset. Yeah, that's not any better. I don't think Algonquin helped it at all. Let's add more prairie sunset, warm it back up. Yeah, not loving that at all. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be exact because obviously I'm never gonna get it exact, but I'd like it to be closer than what it is. Nope, there's no metallics. Nope, just been using prairie sunset, iron clay. Started out with some chestnut hair, I think is what it's called. Threw in some Algonquin, but didn't like that. French eggshell was in there. Might come back in maybe a little bit of green and then go over that. I'm gonna throw in some conservatory just for craps and giggles. If you guys are commenting, I'm sorry, it's not showing up for me. It's the first live I've done in a long time, or I've done a lot of lives on YouTube, but not on Facebook for a long time, so I guess it's Facebook's mad at me. Okay, I'm going to try some green. Because obviously the French eggshell does not look as good as it did earlier. And I dried it because it's starting to blend together, and I'm really wanting it more of layered than blended, so I think anyway. And I could just carry on into here and redo all of this, but I really don't want to do that. Can't say that I love that. Okay. Just not loving it. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I might try a little bit of the French eggshell again. Though I just don't think it's, I might try heirloom yet. That looks so pale. I'm going to try a little bit of heirloom, which is just a little darker, a little more blue than French eggshell. Okay. I might try some of this chestnut hair. Oh crap, just poured a bunch of it out. Let me dry it a little bit again. Definitely not a spot-on match by any means. I'm gonna try a little bit of Prairie Sunset again. I'm gonna dry it first. I do think every layer that you do adds something to it, though. was heavier than I wanted. I'm getting impatient. Okay. Whoops. Oh, well, you know what? Just add a few of those over here, too. Oh, shoot, you can't see it. Just got a few of those. Yellow. You still can't see it. I don't have enough room on here. Okay, I'm gonna dry that, and I think I'm gonna put a little brown antiquing glaze on there. And I'm gonna say screw it, and we're gonna put our stencil on. Okay. I'm gonna use Fusion's Antiquing Glaze. Drop that brush in the water. Ooh, about out of that too. Been a busy girl. Okay. Now, naturally, I can't get that brush in there. Courtney, can you get me another antiquing glaze, please? Yeah. I should have sealed this first. This board is kind of rough. I honestly should have sanded a little bit first, too. This board is, yeah, crap, I'm out of paper towels too. Thank you. Yeah, this board is rough. Okay, it's kind of a wipe on, wipe off type of thing. I'm just wanting to put this on to kind of hopefully marry it together. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and take it all across her too, and all across the paper over there also. Okay. Okay, now it looks more, like it matches. Ish, right? Right. Okay. Okay, I do need to sand off my excess. I have just a little bit. It's just starting to bug me. Not much, but just a little here. Can't even hardly pick it off, but... just enough to create a mess on the floor. Actually, let me dry this a little bit. Finish. Finish sanding this. It isn't much at all, just a little bit. And I probably should have scooched her down just a little bit so as not to cut off, or scooched her up. Could have cut off more of that and kept the tip of her hat, but I didn't think about it. Okay, I want to read something here real quick and see. Oh, what I do with those ugly glasses. Okay, for high traffic areas, a top coat is recommended over the glaze. So, this is going to be a wall hanging, so I do not have to seal this glaze. Oh, good. Got paint all over my arm. Perfect. Okay, so we're ready for the stencil. And it says, well-behaved women rarely make history. So we're going to scooch this over here. I want it to overlap because, like I was saying earlier, if I had been in my right mind, I would have torn that so that we didn't have this harsh edge. But, you know, when am I ever in my right mind? I don't have a right mind. Oh, now comments are coming in. A few anyway. Thank you, Kim. I thought about Cara, but it's too orange. It was too... I thought about it. Well, I could have lightened it up, but anyway. So, comments have not been coming in. Thank you, Angela. Looks perfect. Thank you. Hey, Judy. Okay, we're ready for the stencil. So, if there was other comments earlier, I don't know if they'll show up later. I don't know. Yeah, I've just been sitting here. It's just been like I've been pre-recording. Other than I would be able to listen to TV instead. And not just be talking to myself. Okay. I have my dauber. There it is. Okay. I'm going to use some brown paint. I also had it ready. Okay, I'm gonna use some brown thick paint. This is milk chocolate impasto paint. It's just a real thick paint. I like a thick paint when I stencil, so that way it's not runny. It's not gonna run underneath my stencil. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I get it on there. Oh, let me get it up over here where you can see. And kind of wipe it off. To me, it's very little paint, very little pressure, at least until, you know, once you're running out of paint on here, then, you know, you may have to add more pressure, but you get a feel for it after doing it a while. Like there, I'm starting to run out of paint, so I'm starting to press a little harder. Little paint, little pressure. Like I said, this is a very thick paint. Oh, my eyes are burning. See how that's looking. Yes, I like that look. It looks, I call it vintagey, I guess. It's not like a full coverage. And, you know, always taping down your stencils is not a bad idea. Just not a practice I ever started with. So, you know, old habits die hard. Of course, if you got, you know, if your paint's not real dry, you know, got to be really careful if you're going to tape it. You don't want to pull up your paint. Courtney, have you put in a link for the stencil? Yeah, I haven't even seen you put links in.
Oh, well, I'm listing them out.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I just thought maybe you'd put them on, and it wasn't letting me see that either. And for skinny letters like this, if the stenciling is not working out, I will use, okay, these are working, okay. I will use my palette knife and some chalk paste and do raised stenciling. If it's too skinny that my little dabber doesn't fit down in there very well. But these aren't too skinny, so it's working okay. Oh, shoot. You guys didn't tell me I didn't have you in view. And maybe you did, and I'm just not able to see the comments. It's a nasty rainy day here today. I just hear it raining again. And you can use a brush if that's your preferred method. If it's a bigger stencil, like a huge stencil, I will use a brush. But when I first started stenciling, I bought all the stuff, I tried it, put it away. I was like, I don't like this, I suck. And it was like 6 months later before I ever tried stenciling again. And I was doing it with a brush. And then I started using these dabbers, whatever you call them. And that made a world of difference for me. Now I can do it with a brush too, but in the beginning, I was like, I just completely suck, and I'm just never going to do a stencil again. But now I love them. I feel like I got a lot of paint, so I want to go for something bigger. I also like Master's Touch paint from Hobby Lobby. It's a thick paint too. Maybe not quite as thick as this one, but it's good too. But if these links aren't showing up that Courtney's putting in, I will take a picture of the finished product and it will have all the links to the paper, to the decoupage medium, to the stencil, to everything I used today. All those links will be in that post also. And I would say they'll show up on this one later. I don't know what the deal is. Unless if Facebook hates me. And maybe that's happening to other creators today too. I have no idea. It has happened to me a time or two in the past. It just seems like a coincidence since I haven't done a Facebook Live in a while. Doesn't make me want to do another one again anytime soon if they're going to treat me like this. And it might just be a glitch. Almost done, I promise. Now I want to do a little peeky peek and see if I missed anything or if anything's way too light. I think that's pretty good, but I might go a little heavier. Here. Don't want to press too hard or you're going to risk, well, maybe not so much with this paint, but risk shoving it up underneath the stencil and having a bleed. And that's not attractive. And I could have stopped where it was just fine, but I could see some lighter areas, which wasn't bad, but okay, I'm gonna quit. Okay. I usually do something around the edges, but I don't know if I want to today. Do I? Do I not? Okay. So that's what she looks like. It's probably backwards for you guys because I don't know, they've been saying that we can't flip our screens anymore. I didn't even try because I completely forgot, but it does say well-behaved women rarely make history. I don't know if I want to put any kind of border around the outside or not. Let's see if I got some kind of soft brush. Wouldn't mind putting something like the color of her that's in her scarf. Like C'est La Vie would be pretty there. If I could find it really quickly. Which I've done nothing else really quickly today, so where do I start now? Oh, there it is. Ugh, I don't know if there's any in there. Very little. Now that I put it on, that looks way more green than this. Oh, I thought new comments were coming in, but nope, they're the same ones. Okay, so should I add another color on the edge or just leave it? I kind of feel like I needed a more of a green. Well, if I don't put too much on there, it's fine. Okay, I'll just screw around with this a little bit. Okay, I think I'm about to give it up. Okay, I'll hold it up one more time. I'm done. Okay, well-behaved women rarely make history. And our pretty little gypsy girl. Woman, whatever. So, I hope you got to see it. I hope there's some comments for me to read. And I'll take a picture and it'll have all the links in case you can't see them now. And happy Friday. I'm a hot mess. And I will see you. I don't know. I'm traveling again next week. So that's why I thought I would try to hop on here and do a live. So, well, I think I'm traveling. If we can get both our mothers. Greg's mom's coming home from Mayo today. I took mine for several tests today. So hopefully we're getting our mamas on the mend. And yeah, hopefully I'll be safe to go. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye.